And for anyone who just joined in, my name's Dan. I'm on the vFlyer team. I'm going to be leading today's webinar, which is the 5 secrets to highly effective flyers. And with that, let's go over what those 5 secrets are. And these are ways to really make your flyers, to turn your flyers into unstoppable lead generation machines. And in working at vFlyer for close to 4 years, I've looked at a lot of flyers, I've talked with a lot of users, and these have emerged as really the most effective ways of making your flyers really produce leads and produce results. So the 5 secrets are branding. So as the slide says, your brand is what sets you apart on the internet. So it's really important that you have a distinct brand and that you make that brand and you display that brand consistently across all your marketing content. Number 2 is photos. Crisp, high-quality photos generate potential customers' interest. Grainy, fuzzy photos don't just not generate interest, they often drive potential customers away. So you want to make sure that you're using really high-quality photos. Number 3, video. Video has just become huge in online marketing. And it really adds another element to your flyers that I think is really important. So we'll talk more about video a little later on. Number 4, social media. That's where your customers are. So you want to make sure that you're bringing in your social media content into your vFlyer content. And then finally, not TMI, not too much information in your flyers. You don't want to say everything about your listing. You want to keep it to just kind of the most important information. You want it to work as a teaser and not necessarily explain everything. So those are the 5 secrets. I'm going to go through each one, and we're going to take a look at some examples, both good and bad, for each of these. But again, as you have questions as I'm going along, if you feel like I've missed any ways of making flyers really effective, feel free to share those as well. Okay, so the first secret is branding. And with vFlyer, if you have a business subscription, you can take your branding and create a branded custom theme so that your vFlyer content looks almost exactly, or even in some cases exactly like the branding on your website. So in this slide, I've shown an example of a real estate company in San Francisco that uses vFlyer. On the left side, you have an image of their website. So you can see it's a nice kind of clean, minimalist look. You've got the header at the top. And then on the right is their vFlyer custom theme. And so you can see they took that header with their logo and this color band on it, and they just applied it to their vFlyer theme. And they created what's called a branded header, which they then uploaded to the theme. And then they matched the rest of the colors to the look of their website and their brand. So this is a really nice example, probably my favorite example of a user who's taken their website branding and applied it to their vFlyer content. And with consistent branding, there are a number of benefits to it. The 2 that stand out most for me are better recognition, so brand recognition. If people see your content and it has the same look and branding, they're going to remember your company more than if you've got ads that look all different from each other. And then credibility is another key. If you have a really sharp, nice-looking brand and it's applied consistently across all of your marketing content, that's going to lend a high degree of credibility to your business. So 2 considerations with branding. Now, with the vFlyer theme editor, you can upload a branded header, which is what the top image in this slide shows, or you can add a text header. So even if you don't have a website or even necessarily a logo, you can still have a branded header. It's actually really easy. You just type in your company name, maybe your phone number, as the bottom image shows. And I'll show you actually how to create a branded custom theme right now. So I'm in a vFlyer account. If I click the Themes tab, that'll take me to my themes page. And you can see I've created a bunch of different custom themes here. If I want to create a new theme, I would click Create a Theme. And here I've got a few different options. I can start from scratch by clicking Create Your Own. I can choose a pre-made custom theme template from the options at the top. Or if I'm a real estate agent or broker, we have a library of about 25 different real estate broker themes. Each of these has a branded header already in it. So if you see your company represented here, you can save that branded theme and use it on your flyers. Now I'm going to go back and, excuse me, I'm going to go back and use a theme that I've already created in this example. So I'm going to click the Edit link. Okay, and this is a theme I created for just a fictional real estate company. It's DL Realty. Those are my initials. So you can see here at the top is the branded header image. And if I click this branded header tab, the way to upload one of these branded headers is by clicking the branded header tab and then clicking the custom link underneath it. So you can see here, this is the last branded header that I uploaded. But I can choose my DL Realty header. And when you're uploading, or I should say when you're creating a branded header image, you want to make sure that you have the right dimensions. So it should be 754 pixels wide by 82 pixels tall. We have that noted right here on the left side. And that'll ensure that the image isn't distorted and just looks the way you want it to. With a header image, if we go back to, if we go back to this last slide, you can see what Climb Real Estate did. They may have just taken a screenshot of the top part of their website and opened it in a image editing tool, whether it's Photoshop or Microsoft Paint, and then just cut out the text on the right. And it can be as easy as that. And there are a number of different screenshot or screen capture tools that you can use. Okay, but so I upload the branded header here. If I wanted to enter a text header, I just click the text link. And then here I can type company name, phone number, and we'll make the font a little larger. And then you can change the font family, the size. You can make it all uppercase if you want. So that's a really easy, straightforward way of branding your flyers. But I like the branded header image option. And again, if you have a website, there's really no better way to match the look and the feel of your vFlyer ads to your website than by using a branded custom theme. And the other benefit of that is, or one other benefit is, if you want to then incorporate your flyers into your website, either by linking to them or even embedding them in the site itself, they're already branded. So they match already. Once you are finished creating your custom theme, just click the Save button. And now this theme is saved to your account, and you can use it on any of your flyers. So you can make all of your flyers have the same branded look to them. So that's the basics about branding your flyers. And again, I think it just lends your flyers a really sharp, professional presentation that's going to get people's attention. All right. Now the number 2 secret, and this I went back and forth between making this number 1 and number 2, but it's photos. So I don't think there's really any part of a flyer or any element that's more important to the success of a flyer than photos. So in this slide, you can see I've shown a good example of clean, crisp, well-lit, nice photos on the left. And then a bad example of a really grainy, fuzzy photo. You can barely even kind of make out that it's some kind of living room or dining room. So, I see photos like the one on the right um, more often than I would expect to see them. It seems like people, I don't know if they're not previewing their flyers before they publish or what, but I see more grainy photos than certainly I would like to. So when you're taking photos, I'll move on to the next slide. When you're taking photos, you really want to invest some time in making sure that you're taking good, crisp, high-quality photos. If you're taking the photos yourself, make sure you have a good camera that has a flash. And if you have a tripod, that's even better, or something to at least stabilize or rest your camera on. I would recommend staying away from camera phones, or if you have a camera on your smartphone, probably not the best device to use for taking pictures for your flyer. They're getting better and better, and the new ones even have flashes on them now. And I suspect that not too long from now, you'll be able to get as good photos with your phone as you could with a standard Nikon or Canon digital camera. But I don't think we're quite there yet. So for now, I recommend using a good DLR camera for your photos. If you don't have a decent camera or don't have a camera that has a flash, look into hiring a photographer. Look for local photographers. I think it's going to be worth it when you have really good, nice photos in your flyer, particularly if you're selling a house. It's such a big sale, and having good photographs is, I think, just you won't regret making the relatively small investment of hiring a professional photographer to take some really nice photos. In either case, you want to make sure whatever you're capturing, whatever you're taking a picture of, looks pretty. So, and you could say pretty, you could say attractive. You want it to be clear. You want, if it's a room, you want it to be clean, well lit. If it's a car, you want to make sure it's clean as well. And you want to make sure the photos are recognizable to people. You can add captions to your photos to help people see what they are, but best if people can know what they're looking at right when they see the photo. If you're taking photos indoors, make sure the room is well lit and clean. Again, prepare whatever it is you're photographing. And then finally, to avoid what we saw before, to avoid what we saw before on the right here with this really fuzzy photo, you want to make sure that the size of the photos that you upload is at least 500 by 375 pixels. If it's any smaller than that, our system is going to blow up that photo, and that's going to reduce the resolution. It's basically going to distort the image. It's fine if it's larger than that. Typically, the larger the photo, the better. And I'm talking about dimensions, not necessarily file size. But again, use 500 by 375 pixels as your measure, as your minimum, and you should be good. If we look, I pulled up another Climb Real Estate flyer. In general, I think they do a great job showing really nice photos. And if you look at the photos in the slideshow, you'll see they're all really high resolution. The rooms have been kind of well staged. And they're just kind of inviting. They really make you want to be in that place, or at least they make me want to be in that place. So, this is certainly a good example of photos to use in a flyer. All right. The third secret to creating highly effective flyers is utilizing video. So as this slide says, we live in a YouTube world, and I pulled up some YouTube statistics this morning that I was struck by and I wanted to share. I guess I didn't realize this, but YouTube is the third most visited website worldwide, as well as just in the U.S. So, and I didn't check to see what the first and second most visited sites are, but I think that's incredible that YouTube is number 3. And I also found that over 3 billion videos are viewed on YouTube daily. So, I mean, that's a staggering number, 3 billion. And the number of videos on YouTube keeps growing exponentially. So it's really becoming a central part of the internet. Now, for real estate, I found another statistic through a site called Postling. 73% of homeowners say they're more likely to list with an agent offering to do video than, I guess, with one who does not. Maybe not an especially surprising statistic, and I don't know what their sample group was, but certainly something to take note of, that people selling homes want their homes on YouTube. Basically, they want people who are on YouTube to be able to see their homes. And that doesn't just apply to real estate. It's auto sales, it's services. More and more businesses are getting on YouTube. And so the bottom line is video has become the dominant medium in online marketing. So if you're not utilizing video, you're missing out on a major opportunity. Now with vFlyer, if you have a business subscription, that is if you're a paid subscriber, you can embed video hosted on YouTube, on blip.tv, or on welcomemat.com right into your flyer. And embedding a video in your flyer lets potential customers experience whatever it is you're advertising, the house, the car, the product, the service, without ever having to needing to leave the flyer. So with video, I mean, you've got movement. It's sort of like 3D for whatever it is you're advertising. It's like another dimension. And I think particularly for something like real estate, it makes such a difference when you can see, when you can basically move through the rooms in the house as if you're walking through it, more than a photo slideshow or a description of the house can do. So, I use YouTube as the primary example just because it's by far the biggest video site on the internet. There are certainly others, and new ones keep coming up. Vimeo is one, Vimeo, that's gained a lot of attention. I mentioned blip.tv and welcomemat.com before. Welcomemat is just a real estate video site, so also a good one to check out. And YouTube has made some improvements too recently, better metrics, so you can see, I guess, learn more about who's watching your videos, where they're watching them from, things like that. So again, take a look at YouTube, and if you don't have a video camera, you can buy these little flip video cameras for not that much money. I think you can get them for under $100. And they're about the size of a digital camera, or even not too much bigger than a smartphone. And they take pretty decent video. I have one. I use it just kind of recreationally. But the nice thing is they're set up for uploading video to the web. So it makes it really easy to take a video, then upload it to YouTube. And from there, it's really easy to embed a video in your flyer. Speaking of which, if I have a video on YouTube, here's how I would embed it in my flyer. So I'm going to open up one of my flyers and go down to the video section. So I'll get rid of this. Okay, so in the video section of the flyer editor, you click the drop-down menu. You've got 3 options for video hosts. So in this case, I'm going to choose YouTube. And then I'm going to go to YouTube, go to the video that I want to embed. And below the video, you'll find a share button. So you click that, and you get a shortened YouTube URL. What you want to do is click the options drop-down menu and then click long link. And the long link is what you want to copy and then paste into the code field here. So now if we preview this flyer, we'll go to our DL Realty custom theme. There we go. Okay, so now in the flyer we've got this video tab at the top. And I click that and it's got my video right there. So someone who visits my flyer can watch the video without ever having to leave, which is great. So that's the basics of embedding at least a YouTube video in your flyer. For blip.tv and welcomemat.com, the process is largely the same. We have specific instructions for each site in our Help Center. So if you use one of those other sites, take a look at the Help Center and you'll find step-by-step instructions there. All right, social media, number 4. I imagine that at least some of you are well aware of the power and scope of social media now. If you're not, and if you're not even quite sure what social media refers to sites like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, basically social networks where people can go and create a profile and share information with each other, share content. This is really the direction that the web is going in. Social media, community, and certainly that applies to online marketing as well. More and more marketing attention and marketing dollars are being spent in social media, whether it's direct advertising on Facebook, on YouTube, or whether it's just setting up a company Facebook page, increasing the number of people who like your company page, and posting updates, posting promotions or specials, and really trying to connect with people in a more casual kind of two-way manner. So one of the nice things about vFlyer is that makes it really easy to bring in your social media content into your flyers. So as you can see in this slide here, we've got a bunch of different social networks: Facebook, LinkedIn, Yelp, even WordPress, Flickr. The one at the bottom is Foursquare. That's a mobile kind of check-in app. But you can bring in all of these into your flyers through what's called the social media toolbar. And the social media toolbar is what you see in this red box in this image. It basically allows you to display icons for different social networks along with your contact information, but you can link each of those icons to your page on that corresponding site. So in this case, this user would have linked to his Facebook page, Twitter feed, his LinkedIn profile, and YouTube channel. So this is a really powerful tool. You want to connect people with your social media channels. You want to connect with potential customers through those channels. Again, the main benefit of sites like Facebook and Twitter is that it allows you to connect with really anyone. So if you're a real estate agent, someone's looking for real estate in your area, they find you on Facebook, they can contact you directly that way, and you can actually start a conversation in a way that really you couldn't before. There was no other medium that allowed you to do that. So that's what the social media toolbar does. And if we go to the actual flyer, this is one of our users, real estate agent in Minnesota. So if you look, I'm mousing over his social media toolbar. I can click on any one of these icons to go to that page. So if I click the Facebook icon, that takes me to his company Facebook page. And you can see he's done a really nice job here of utilizing the Facebook profile picture. So he's got more than just a photo. He's got his name, his phone numbers, and then he's got this nice custom kind of welcome page. So it's got all of his information on there. It's even got a video here. There are a number of different services that allow you to create custom splash pages like this. PageModo is one. Short Stack is another that I recently learned about. So there's really a lot of cool stuff that you can do with a Facebook page. But again, the social media toolbar makes it really easy to direct people to your Facebook page. All right. And the final secret to making really effective flyers is not saying too much. So again, TMI, too much information, you want to avoid it. So I recommend you treat your flyer as a teaser. What that means is that instead of explaining everything about the car you're selling or the house you're selling or your service, you just want to kind of pique people's interests, get them curious, get them interested so that they pick up the phone or send you an email. You want to keep your titles and descriptions short. For titles, I recommend just a few words. You want them to be descriptive, but not too long. For descriptions, I recommend you keep them to 1 or 2 short paragraphs. Both because people don't want to read a lot on their computer screens, and also if you have really long titles or descriptions, that can throw off the look of your flyer. So again, best to keep those short. And highlight the points that are most likely to generate interest. So you don't need to say everything. Again, don't need to go into a lot of detail. Just focus on the most important stuff. Keep it simple. So avoid all caps and strings of special characters. So I see this a lot. People seem to like to use all caps and strings of consecutive exclamation points or number signs. Aesthetically, I think it's terrible. I'm not a fan of all caps at all. It's the visual equivalent of someone screaming at you. So that may just be personal preference, but in general, I would recommend avoiding those. Just keep the text simple, like you would write a normal sentence. And most importantly, I think let the photos do most of the talking. Again, if you have really high-quality photos, that's what people are going to focus on. So it's less important to, describe everything about what you're marketing in the text. And I've seen flyers that have really great photos and no description at all. That's kind of an extreme approach. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. I think it's good to have some description, but again, keep it short. And this is just a funny little example that I put together on how not to write a flyer title. So this is what I was talking about before with all caps and strings of special characters. Just doesn't look very good, and honestly, a 4-line title, it's a little overwhelming. If I came across this flyer, I wouldn't be likely to continue looking at it for very long. So again, keep it simple, keep it short. All right, so to summarize what we went over, use a branded custom theme. Again, branded custom themes are available for any vFlyer business subscriber. So if you have a paid subscription, you can upload a branded header, and you can use that branded theme on any of your flyers. So that's the best way to give your flyers a consistent look, both within your account and consistent with the branding on your website. Now, if you either don't have the tools or the time to create your own branded custom theme, we have designers at vFlyer who can do that for you. We typically charge $99, a one-time fee, for a branded custom theme. So if it's something that you want, let us know. We typically work from your website and can make the theme look pretty much however you want it to look. Number 2, upload large, high-resolution photos. Again, there's nothing that can make or break a flyer like photos, good or bad photos. I forgot to mention this before, but if you have a business subscription, you can upload up to 26 photos to each of your flyers. So the more photos you can upload, the better. Again, it shows people what it is that you're selling or marketing better than anything else. If you have a free account with us, you can upload up to 9 photos. Number 3, shoot a video, upload it online. either YouTube or another video hosting site, and then embed it in your flyer. Number 4, utilize social media and incorporate it into your flyers. So again, social media is where the majority of web activity is going now. So if you're not on social media yet, set up a Facebook page for your company. Start a Twitter feed. Start a Google Plus page. These are all free to do. Many companies are doing it. If you want ideas, you can go onto Facebook and search for some companies that that you know about, or even your competitors. Most likely, some of them have Facebook pages already, or Twitter feeds, whatever. LinkedIn as well. That's really important. And then once you've done that, use the social media toolbar to direct viewers of your flyers to your social media pages. And then finally, again, don't say too much. Just say enough to get people interested. So keep it short, keep it simple. Whew. All right, I think we got through all of that in just about a half hour. May have gone a minute or two over. But that about does it for everything that I wanted to go over today. At this point, I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has about anything that I went over. Again, if you think I missed an important element of good flyers, feel free to share that. So, any questions? Okay, got one question. Can you go over how to create a branded header? Sure, good question. So if we go back to, you know what, I'll use Climb Real Estate as an example. So we'll go to their website. Okay, so this is their website. Now, if I were to create a branded header image from this site, first thing that I would do is take a screenshot. And if you're on a PC, the easiest way to take a screenshot is just to press the print screen button. It's typically in the top right corner or near the top right corner of your keyboard. And it'll either say print screen or an abbreviation of that. And that just takes a snapshot of what's on your screen right now. From there, you can open up an image editor. Again, if you have Photoshop, you can use that. I have Microsoft Paint. It's just the default Windows image editor on my computer. So I would use that. I would open up a blank Paint file and then paste the screenshot that I took. And from there, I would just resize the image. I mentioned that 754 by 82 pixels is the dimensions that you want for your header. So I would get it to that size, crop the image, do whatever resizing I needed to do. And once it's at that image and it's got all the content that I want, I would save it. And then from there, I can go to the theme editor. Let me get back there. So in the theme editor, click the branded header tab, and then click the custom link. And then here you can click the browse button to upload your header image. So that's the quick and dirty of how to create a header image and then how to upload it to your custom theme. So good question. Any other questions? All right. Well, if no one has any other questions, then I just want to thank you all for attending today's training. I hope you learned something new about vFlyer and about how to create flyers that are really going to get people's attention and generate leads, which is really what it's all about. So if you have questions after the webinar, feel free to email us. We're at support@vflyer.com. You can also call our 800 number there. Or you can take a look at our Help Center. There's a lot of great information there, support.vflyer.com, or you can just click the support link at the top of, I think, any page in your vFlyer account, and that'll take you there. All right. Well, again, thanks everyone, and have a great rest of the afternoon.